right, we are back.
Yes.
We are
Been a little
back
while.
with a two-rounder with some trades. Only a couple trades though. We want,
Yeah, we're
you
gonna
know,
try to limit it. We're gonna try to limit it.
we want to, be able to eat dinner tonight. So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So let's get right into this. Even or odds, Matt?
I will take evens this time around.
Alrighty, I'll take the odds. So
Yes.
let's get right into it. On the clock here, Tennessee Titans at number one. We're not going to overthink this at all. It's Cam Ward. They did interviews with him. They loved him. All the reports coming out of that they love him. So simple
Yeah.
as that.
Very nice. Right here, even still, with Myles Garrett getting a massive amount of money, it's still tempting to go Abdul Carter here. And honestly, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think the talent is definitely there, and if they do that, they will have the most terrifying defensive line in the NFL by
Yep.
far.
And
So
honestly,
I'm gonna,
when they were pitching to him, to keep him to stay, like obviously they made him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Like that's gonna money talks. Like we know the money talks. But he also said that they pitched him on how they're gonna improve the state of the future for this team, and he bought into it. So I think a part of that includes making the best defense that
mhm.
the league has seen in a while. So yeah, I'm all with you on that one. Abdul Carter, number 2 overall to the Cleveland Browns. Now, New York Giants here at pick number 3. So, I
They got
think,
their quarterback. They got their quarterback. Danny Dimes is going to be out of the building completely. He's
thank
done.
God.
They
Dude,
have
I don't know if you
the
saw.
the most nightmarish quarterback room of Russell Wilson
Brian
and
Dable.
Jameis Winston.
Brian Dable is going to kill himself, dude.
If he can survive this season, maybe pick up 3 wins, get him a Nobel Peace Prize.
he's going to he's going to get that Coach of the Year award. Easy.
Yeah. Oh
Just
yeah.
for surviving. Oh, man, that's going to be insane. Uh, but I don't know if you saw the statistics, but uh, Danny Dimes' fucking contract this year is equal to both Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson's contract that they have right now.
Yeah,
Like,
they're trying to recreate him in the aggregate, like
yeah,
Moneyball.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, anyways, Giants here. I think the Shador Sanders talk is basically completely gone now. Before the combine, Adam Schefter said it's hard to imagine that they don't pick quarterback there. And now he's basically like, yeah, it's pretty much zero chance that they're gonna go quarterback. So
Yeah, signing one guy, I would say there's still a chance, but they brought in 2 guys who could. They're guys that are like top 35 quarterbacks, top
yeah,
40 quarterback
hmm
type guys. So they're competing for a spot here. It's not necessarily we're just finding a bridge guy. It'll be a year or 2 before they find their quarterback of the future. So
for
I
sure.
agree.
Yeah. So on the clock here, I think what they really need is they really need to get like some kind of star player who's gonna completely just uplift either the offense or the defense. And hey, why not both at the same time with Travis Hunter here at number 3 overall? And we were talking about it before too. There's this other dimension to this where when you're picking the first round, you also take into account what you're going to pick for the second round. So if you can get a quarterback in the second round, like, would you rather have Shador Sanders in the first round and maybe, I don't know, like some wide receiver in the second round, or would you rather have Travis Hunter in the first round and like a Jackson Dart second round? Just
Yeah.
theoretically here. So
Although it's seeming more and more likely that both Jackson Dart and Shadur Sanders will go first round.
I
I've
don't know.
seen
I
that
don't know how
mock
much.
a lot more.
I hear the talk. I hear the talk for sure. I don't know how much of that is just like, the media. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it is the Will Levis effect, where, oh, he's gonna be
They had
first
him
round.
going. Yeah, they had him going top 3,
Yeah,
like a few days before the draft, and then he
yeah.
fell what, third round?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Second. He was like
second.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was like an early second round pick.
So yeah, no, I definitely get it. Here on the clock now with the Patriots.
I
I'll
gotta
get you
say,
your
like,
team.
yeah, it's my team. I
Do
gotta
you have
say
a
my piece.
suggestion here?
I
Yeah.
love Teteroa McMillan. I think he adds a dimension
All right, cool.
to
Let's
that
go Will
offense.
Campbell.
Really?
Yeah, let's go Will Campbell here. Shore up that offensive
All
line for
right.
you.
Hey,
Yeah,
a talent like Will Campbell, I don't mind. I really don't mind anymore. Like, if that's the pick, I would rather that we trade down. I really would. If we could trade down with
mhm,
somebody, I would love Ashton Genty too. It's not a pick you see a lot of Patriots mock drafters making,
yeah.
but God, that would elevate the offense. It would take the pressure off Drake May to run, and it gives Ramondre, the fucking fumble king over there in New England, a chance to do something other than fumble the ball away. He could be our third down back, power back.
Mhm.
Um, Man, that would be such a good pick. But I don't mind Will Campbell either. You need to protect Drake May. He is incredibly smart. I think he's going to be a fine offensive tackle. His arms were, I don't know if you saw this, his arms weren't measured correctly at the NFL Combine. Um, they basically came back at his pro day. It's NFL scouts, so it's not like LSU is inflating the numbers or anything. These are NFL scouts that went to his pro day, measured his arms. He's got 33-inch arms, which is still on the lower side, but it's not the historically low. But that being said, the concerning part about him is that his wingspan is like 77 inches, which is tiny. It is
Yeah.
That is like the 0th percentile for offensive tackles in the NFL ever. So he's not. I don't think he's going to be a tackle. I think he's going to be a left guard spot. I think we shift Cole Strange to center, and now we have basically a captain on our O line in Will Campbell. So I like the pick,
Yeah.
honestly.
And you mentioned a trade down. I considered that, but really, I want to save my few trades for when I get super stuck here.
Yeah,
And I can see the Patriots sticking. It's a high draft pick. It's rare you get up there unless you're really struggling.
yeah,
So, take the picks when you have them.
for sure. And if you okay, let's say we need to trade up. If you need to trade up with me or you want to trade up with me, we'll act like actual GMs. If it's a team that you have, then you work out the trade yourself. But if it's something you have to trade between one of our picks, just call me up and we'll work out some kind of compensation. Or I can just say go fuck yourself. So
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
okay, cool. So Jaguars, Jaguars here at pick number 5. James Gladstone, their GM, has pretty much spelled out for what they're doing for us. The guy who looks like Bengal. They're going D interior. He pretty much said, yeah, we need some place for our rookies to play, and he was talking about the D line. So I think Mason Graham, easy pick.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was pretty blatant that they want to shore up the defensive line with young players. So.
And
Yeah,
Mason
no,
Graham
pretty
is an
straightforward.
incredibly high floor player. So
Oh yeah. Here with the Raiders, no more quarterback talk here either. They got their quarterback for the foreseeable future, next few years at least.
I
I'm gonna
still
go-
think it's possible here
Yeah.
because who's like a minority owner in their franchise? Tom Brady. Tom Brady loves Shador Sanders. Tom Brady sat on the bench for a year before he started. And I think both of those things could factor into being like, hey, he could sit behind Geno Smith. But now that I think about it, I just saw yesterday Geno Smith just signed a 2-year extension, so I don't think he's going anywhere.
It could also be another. How crazy would it be 2 years in a row with the Kirk Cousins situation? No, but here I'm gonna keep it straightforward. I'm gonna go with Ashton Genty. Add a massive offensive piece to the puzzle there. Just the amount of power on the ground there. You get Bowers, you get Genty. Bowers out in the flat, maybe put him in fullback. He can move around a ton.
Yeah.
And then Genty, running behind him. Come on now. It's match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, give me Genty.
You know what I've seen some guys mock? It's one of the most insane things I've seen, and it would be one of the wildest offenses you've ever seen, but I've seen Tyler Warren mocked to them. Because he's much more of a better blocker than Brock Bowers ever would be. And I think he's better. He's absolutely better than Michael Mayer. They're pretty much giving up on Michael Mayer. I think they want to get rid of him. Um,
Yeah.
and it would be just a lethal combo. That tight end combo would just be insane. But I think Ashton Genty up there is perfect. I like it.
As much as I would love to see just exclusive 2 tight end sets out of the Raiders, just a Big Ten offense. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I don't think.
Yeah, definitely
Would
not.
be cool. Would be fun. But yeah, your pick with the Jets. Thank God I don't have to do the Jets. That's the whole reason I picked Evans.
Jets here on the clock at pick number 7. This is a rough one, man.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of options here though that are still available. I do like Tetairoa McMillan here. You got a smaller guy in Garrett Wilson. Pair him up with Tetairoa McMillan. I think that is a lethal combination, especially for a guy with zero football IQ like Justin Fields, who is just going to say, fuck it, he's down there somewhere, and just chuck it up to him. A guy with the catch radius of Tet McMillan, that's going to save him on a lot of go balls. Tyler Warren is also a really good idea here. Nice little safety blanket for Justin Fields when he needs to just check it down. But I think I am going to go with what improves and protects their quarterback the most, and that is Armand Membu here, the right tackle out of Missouri. Can't say enough about Membu. He just had a hell of a combine, had a great season at Mizzou, and you can't really. There's not a lot of knocks you can put on him, other than maybe he's a little young to the position, but like that's going to come out with age. And you get 2 West African descendants on that O-line. You got a fun little combination there with Olu Fashanu and Armand Membu. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I love the pick. Jets always seem to need offensive line help, so
Because we
just keep
poached
on
Morgan
feeding it.
Moses from him. He's about 45 years old, but he still can play.
Yeah. Here, I was planning on if you took wide receiver, I was gonna take Membu, and if you took Membu, I was gonna take wide receiver. I'm gonna take the wide receiver. I honestly feel is a higher ceiling player. Give me Luther Burden. I think
Wow.
his run after catch, his speed, I like him a lot.
Even
I
with Xavier Legette there,
even with Xavier
who they
Legette
just
there,
drafted
yes.
last year.
Yes, because if I'm running that offense, if I have Bryce Young, you look at last season, when did they succeed the most? It's when Bryce Young got rid of the ball quick. You need guys who will get short yards and take it long. It's the similar offense to what made Tua succeed in Miami. You give them the ball in space underneath, and they'll get the yards for you. And then you can stretch after that. Tet, for me, is a pure X guy. I don't see him moving into the slot too much. Luther Burden, I can see moving into the slot as much as you need him to. So
He played a good amount of slot at Arizona.
he did, but in the NFL, I think he's going to be a commodity on the outside. His
Yeah.
size is just outstanding. So I wouldn't. I mean, you could move him inside, and there's definitely reasons to, but I would keep him at X if I had him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm taking Burden.
All right, Burden here at number 8. Now on the clock here at 9, I am going to go with Tetairoa McMillan. The fall stops here. You have Chris Olave, who is unfortunately, really tragically, concussion risky. Dude has gotten, I think, like 3 concussions in the last, 3 seasons. One more, and he might be Tua. So you just got to be careful with him. And on top of that, if he does stay healthy, Tetairoa McMillan and Chris Olave, that is, I think, one of the best wide receiver duos in the NFL. You have your big X receiver, and then you have your speedy, quick, just dynamic playmaker in Chris Olave, and I think that's just perfect. So I love that pick for them there, and that gives Spencer Rattler a nice little, nice big target to throw to.
Thank God getting him wide receivers.
No O-line, though.
Nope. Yeah. No offense, really. He's on the field.
Yeah.
1 on 11. Just like it was at South Carolina, except he had Legette. So, and Juice the year before that, before he transferred. But yeah, here at 10.
They're fuming, dude. They are pissed.
they're pissed off. Yeah, a lot of really, really talented guys went right before them. They could really take whatever. They have a minor hole just about everywhere. They're pretty average. Uh, I'm gonna pick just because it's fun. They got an offensive-minded head coach coming in, and I really love him as a player. Tyler Warren. He's
It's a great player.
fantastic. Can be used all over the field.
Oh
Wide
yeah,
receiver,
played
tight
Wildcat
end.
quarterback a couple times for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. He a lot like how the Raiders used Brock Bowers last year. I've mentioned it in like 8 videos now. I can see him filling that exact same role
Yeah.
and doing it to the same degree. I think Bowers was a better prospect coming out of college, was talked about more,
Hmm.
but I think they're almost equal in terms of talent. I like Tyler Warren that much that I'm willing to say it's darn close.
Yeah. He's a damn good player, and on top of it all, he's a really good run blocker. The dude just
Hmm.
knows how to block, and you don't get that from a lot of these tight ends. You're not going to get it from Colston Loveland. You're not going to get it from Elijah Arroyo. You're not going to get it from Harold Fannin. So it's just a rare commodity, it feels like. So, and he can catch the ball well. So, nice little duo
Yeah.
there. Let's see, number 11 here, San Francisco 49ers. I've heard it a lot on good authority that they want to pick D line here. They lost, who was it, Hargrave? Yeah, they lost Von Hargrave there on the D line, and that's going to be that's going to hurt them a lot. I am going to go with Walter Nolan here. I think he
Really?
is severely underrated in this. He's a former 5-star recruit. I think he's got all
Yeah.
the potential in the world to succeed, and I think that they will love him there. So I like that
I
pick
like
for
it.
them.
Yeah.
I would also consider Jahad Campbell or Jalen Walker because I think
Mm.
they also lost. Who was the linebacker that they lost to the Broncos? Oh, his name's escaping me right now. Uh, Kinlaw? No. Kinlaw's he went to the Jets. Damn, what's his name? I'll remember it eventually. But at the end of the day, I think the more important is controlling that point of attack. So I'm gonna go with Nolan here if I can find him. There he
I like
is.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Here with the Cowboys, I'm thinking maybe this might be my trade.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I might make a trade here.
that'd be
They're
smart.
kind of pissed off. They wanted Genty so bad, and he got taken so early. They need their running back.
I think this
Uh,
is a dark horse pick for a like a Jameer Gibbs style pick with Amarian Hampton here at because I
yeah,
think that
I,
they
I
could totally
considered
be
that.
like, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna draft a running back no matter what the league wants.
Yeah, I considered that. I still think it's just too high for the next running back to go off the board. I'm not sure it would be Omari and Hampton. It could be.
Hmm.
I like him as RB2, but there's a lot of options.
For sure.
I could see Scadaboo. I could see Judkins. I could see Sampson, Travion Henderson maybe. Uh, you could argue Caleb Johnson, but I haven't seen too much about him recently.
Yeah.
But really, there's a lot of guys that could be RB2. I think second round, you can wait until then. You really, really can.
And that's the
Uh,
conversation with a lot of these teams that need running back. It's like we're not
mm,
really worried about drafting Genty because you can get a running back in the second round that's gonna, not be too much of a drop off in, immediate impact to your team. So there's a lot of ways you can go about it. Um, these are the
yeah.
6 teams that want to trade, but if we need to do a different trade, then
What teams do you have that want to trade?
uh, Colts. Oh yeah, I forget it doesn't like to show you.
Yeah, I
Colts,
can't see it.
Rams, Ravens, Patriots, Bears, and Niners. And then if
Mm,
you now here's the other thing we got to look at. It's not about the team that wants to trade down. It's about the team that wants to come up for somebody. So who wants to come up?
exactly.
Maybe for Mike Green,
That's
uh,
what I was looking
Will
at, and
Johnson.
I think I know. Mm, I am gonna stay here. I
Okay.
think. I think I'm gonna stay here, and I'm going to take Quinshon Judkins here. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
like me.
think he could slip first round, and the Cowboys never make sense. They could trade back to get him.
Jerry Jones
But
is in fact, senile, so it does make sense.
he's going to see this. He's going to see that Ohio State logo and think that he's back in 2016, and he's going to go, "Oh my god, Ezekiel Elliott fell to 12." And he's going to draft Quinshon Judkins. But realistically here, Quinshon Judkins has proved before that he can be a workhorse. He's proved that he can work as a solo running back and in a duo. So I really like him. I think he's an awesome fit. He has that kind of Ezekiel Elliott comp a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great fit for the Cowboys. I don't think it would be outrageous if he got picked 12. It could be like Jahmyr Gibbs, where they're going, "What are you doing? He's a second-round running back." And then he turns out to be a star. It can happen, and I could see it. And I just want to have some fun, do a little crazy stuff here. So that's going to be my pick.
That's fun. I like that. That's one of those ones you just don't expect to happen in the NFL, but very well could happen. Just depends on, like one of the things I hear from all the mock draft shows that I watch. Shout out NFL Stock Exchange. Love those guys. Bengal, Broshmo, all those guys. Love them. One of the things I always hear them say is like, all it takes is one team, man. All it takes is one team to be high on a player. Like that's what they say about Shedeur Sanders. All it takes is one team to be high on him and then draft him in that spot. Like that's all it takes.
Just because Judkins goes 12 doesn't mean every team has him as a top 12 player. It means team picking 12 does.
Yeah, just think about
Cole Strange going first round.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, think about that. So.
Oh, I do. Trust me, I do.
Or Kenny Pickett.
Hey, man, I like Kenny Pickett.
I don't mind him.
I liked him at the time too. All right, Dolphins here on the clock at 13. I think they would be sprinting in the Will Johnson pick here. I think he is just the, most perfect cornerback prospect you can get other than his speed. If his speed was a little bit faster, I think he would be just ideal. Again, kind of a down year for him, but last year, 30.9 passer rating allowed is insane. And especially the competition that they're facing. That was the year they won the national championship, right? Or was it the year before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm incredibly high on Will Johnson. I think the fact that he has slipped to 13 is insane. I think he's far and away better than Jahdae Barron, to be honest with you. I think Jahdae Barron is much more of a zone corner. He's going to be your nickel guy. And he's much more situational than Will Johnson is. Will Johnson can play the boundary position, and he's big, long,
Yep.
Yeah. So, throw that in there.
Awesome. All right, here with the Indianapolis Colts, a lot of ways I can go here, but I'm going to take safety here. I'm going to take the first safety off the board, and I'm going to take Nick Emmanwori.
I like that pick a lot. They only pick high potential guys, and
yeah, Colts love athleticism, and as far as this draft class goes, you could argue Emmanwori is the most athletic. Everyone was talking about it when his combine happened. I love him. He's a Gamecock. I think he's going to be spectacular no matter where he ends up.
Mm-hmm.
I've had him higher than Malachi Starks since Nick Emmanwori was a freshman. He started as a freshman, and I watched him in person, and I was like, this guy is going to the league. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
And he's looked like it his whole time at South Carolina. Love him. He's going to do great.
For sure. And again, you're making this easy on me. I appreciate it. I'm sprinting in this pick. This is going to be... it's either of these two guys. So it's either Jihad or Mike Green. Both of them are super high ceiling players. Man, that's tough. But I think I see a lot of Khalil Mack's game in Mike Green. Guy came out of a small school in college, kind of discounted by a lot of guys in the NFL, and then comes out and just absolutely dominates. So I think that is their answer at edge.
All right. I'm going to do something a little bit unorthodox again.
Okay.
To shake things up.
I like it.
Have this be fun. I'm going to make our first trade.
Let's do it.
A little surprising that we made it this far without a trade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send this pick off to the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, interesting.
And we're gonna have a little
The
thought experiment.
The Vikings have 4 picks in this draft.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen them as
forgot about that.
Yeah, because they traded up for
they're a trade down team.
Yeah, they traded up for JJ McCarthy and they traded up for Dallas Turner. So
I'm gonna backtrack that, and instead here I'm going to go with the Bills.
Bills, interesting.
I think they have a good amount of draft capital. I'm not positive.
Yeah, they do.
Though.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So we're gonna go with pick 30 here and pick 62, I think, and then maybe like 177 or something. I think that should be balanced.
Maybe
enough.
like a next year pick.
Yeah, toss in like a next year 7th or something. Whatever. I'm not a GM. Yeah, I don't make trades, but yeah, force that.
All right.
The Bills here. I am going to have them fix up their defensive backs. I'm going to have them take Jahdae Barron here. This is going to start a little bit of a run on defensive backs. They kind of slip down the board a little bit. So I think teams are going to get hungry, start moving up to get some of these talented defensive backs.
So I know you're saying defensive backs, but you look at cornerbacks. The 2 first-round prospects are off the board. I mean, I have another one that's in the first round as a first-round prospect for me personally, but overall, it seems like the first 2 are off the board. You got Malachi Starks, who is an incredibly good player, and it's kind of a crime that he's going to fall, but it's just how the safety position works. And somebody I was listening to was interesting about safety is the reason why you don't pick safety a lot early on in the draft is because the first, I think, 16 picks of the draft are fixed salaries. And if you draft a low position of need like that, or not low position of need, but like a kind of low paid position that high in the draft, you automatically make one of those guys one of the highest paid players at that position. And you don't really want to do that for a safety who's a rookie. You would want to do that maybe for like an Ed Reed or something, but like not a rookie. But that being said, Bengals here on the clock. I am also going to exercise a trade, I think. With the Bills trading up here, I think it's jostling the bucket a little bit here. I don't think they want to wait any longer. I am going to get the Giants here.
Ooh.
If I can find them. Jesus Christ, where are they?
34.
Thank you. All right, and the Giants and the Bengals here are I'm gonna ship them 2 second rounders.
Okay.
And they're going to take Shedeur Sanders here. Team him up with Travis Hunter and just let it work itself out. You got a nice quarterback room there of a couple experienced guys.
Yeah.
You got Shedeur Sanders who can sit a year, but then you got that lethal combination of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. They know each other. I pounded the table for ages for reuniting quarterbacks and their college wide receivers. I think it does nothing but work wonders. It's why I've been pounding the table for us to trade for Josh Downs if we can. But I just love the idea of them coming back.
Yeah, and here you're making my job pretty easy. They don't necessarily have too many specific needs in my mind.
Their O-line is horrible.
Horrible, yes. Do I love the prospects on the board right now? Not really. I don't love them.
I think Kelvin Banks can play guard, so
I'm considering that, but in my mind, the talent's too good to pass up on these defensive guys.
Yeah.
I think Malachi Starks stops here You're out of that pick range like you were talking about. Safeties typically go in this range, and he's super talented. So I'm gonna have him go to the Seahawks.
Gotcha. Malachi Starks, you said?
Yes.
Alrighty. Love that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on the clock. Sprinting in the pick. It's Jihad Campbell.
Yeah.
Blitz machine. Todd Bowles loves to run the blitz, so we're just gonna get that easy and done with.
All right. I'm gonna do another trade here.
Yeah.
This one, you could see that the Steelers are next.
That's why I
Steelers.
did That's why I did. What's it called?
Yeah.
The Giants over there, because I really wanted to get a team in before the Steelers, and I didn't want to wait long enough to see if another team traded up.
Yeah, and we were I was kind of waiting to see where the next quarterback would fall before taking another quarterback, because that's how it typically works. Once one is taken, it's like, all right, let's wait for the next like skill range of quarterbacks, the next like tier, and then once that first guy in that next tier goes, everyone's trying to get that tier gone. It's a quarterback. It's you don't want to miss out on that. If it'll get taken before you gotta go up and get them.
For sure.
So I am going to make a bit of a bold move here. You are going with it. You're stacking him behind a couple of guys. You're doing a little bit of a Michael Penix situation. I'm gonna do the same thing. Give me the Raiders trading up here in division. It's gonna be a tasty trade.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give up a lot. Broncos are about to fleece them.
Yeah, it's gonna be 37, 68, and 143.
And I think
they've got a lot of capital.
Year.
Yeah,
the quarterback tax.
Yep. And they're gonna trade with the Broncos here. And draft Jackson Dart.
Alrighty, Jackson Dart.
And now
3
they have
quarterbacks
a whole new
in
offense.
the first round. You can't help but love seeing something like that, man. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steelers here might genuinely kill somebody. They might
They're
actually.
Like, maybe we'll reach on Shadur. And then him and Dart are both gone by 21.
So, continuing the tradition of making a couple of these like dark horse wild picks that you don't see coming, I'm going to get Amarian Hampton here to them. They lost Najee Harris. And I think...
Where did Harris go again?
I think Chargers.
Somewhere?
Chargers.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Chargers on the clock here. Your pick.
Yeah, Chargers on the clock here. They need wide receiver help. They still need wide receiver help. I do love Colston Loveland here.
He's
really
also
do.
Michigan.
I know he's Michigan. I know Harbaugh likes him. They desperately need a target. But they're going to trust their guy that they drafted last year. They're going to trust that he's going to develop. And they're going to draft Kenneth Grant here. They're going to get more defensive line help.
Trust their guy that they drafted last year?
Ladd McConkey.
Oh, okay.
Wide receiver 1.
Sorry, my mind was still stuck on tight end, so.
Fair enough.
All right.
Your pick here with the Packers.
Man, the Packers, they need wide receiver really badly.
You're welcome for saving him for you.
But they're not going to fucking do that.
No, it's the Packers. Of course they're not.
There's no shot that they do that. So
Scroll down.
So oh my God. Oh, this is their kind of guy too. Incredibly physically, like just massive, talented, great run blocker, run stopper. But I'm not going to go that crazy. I think this is a dark horse pick that could be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to go a little bit crazy here. I'm going to go Mykel Williams.
Same
big
category.
Georgia.
You're going to do him over Shamar Stewart?
Yeah. It's tough. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go Shamar Stewart because last year they drafted Edgerrin Cooper, and he balled out for them. So I think they're going to like their Texas A&M guys. So I appreciate that. I kind of got the blinders on, so.
Yeah, no, you're all good here. And now here, uh, so m- there have been three running backs gone now. This is pretty comfortably a team that needs a running back.
They also
Um,
need to get some fucking picks.
yeah. So although I've already made two trades, I'm probably gonna make another one here. I'm looking at teams that need a tackle. So we're gonna trade up a little bit. Let's. Hmm. Who do you have as a tackle needy team here?
Fucking Texans. Texans really need O-line. The Chiefs need O-line.
Let's
Uh,
do Chiefs here.
okay.
We're gonna have the Chiefs jump up. We'll do 31-66. That alone should be enough to move up to 24,
Yeah.
I think. Uh,
Hell,
so
they
we'll
could
go
probably.
ahead and
No, I'm not gonna push
yeah,
it.
we'll go ahead and do that and go with Josh Simmons here. Not an elite tackle prospect by any means, but definitely a quality prospect
Dude,
who should play a little bit.
I don't know if you saw. So there's a bunch of like character concerns regarding him.
Yeah.
They just don't know if there's a lot of effort in his game. They just don't know if he actually really wants to play football. And there was this tweet that I saw that came out. Apparently, one of the NFL scouts in his like write up just used the F slur referring to him in his official write up to the team.
That's
The
crazy.
gay slur, that
That's
one.
crazy.
And I was like,
Yeah.
just
So
absolutely
bad.
wild, dude.
So bad. I'm sticking with it though.
Yeah, no, I think for him to fall to 24 as one of the best pure tackle prospects is
Hmm.
a really big opportunity for a team to exploit.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull up something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull up my NFL needs chart because I updated that. All right, so we are on Houston Texan, and I already have them highlighted. Let's go. So from my needs, I say that they really need some O line help. They need
Mhm.
D interior pretty bad. Yeah, they really need help on their line. But I think Emeka Egbuka and Stroud reuniting. Oh, that's tickling my heartstrings right there.
They did lose a wide receiver.
They did. They did.
Just saying.
Let's go.
Just to tempt you a little bit.
And hey, my pro comp on Matthew Golden is Stephon Diggs. Like,
Just saying.
they did, but God, they need to protect Stroud, man.
Hmm.
And I love Calvin Banks. He's one of my top tackle prospects, man. He could play guard too if they needed him to. So
Yeah.
I'm really just in between. I'm in between these three right here. Let me see if anybody's interested in trading up with them. No, they'd be moving down too far. They wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick. I'm gonna go with the fun pick. I'm going to Emeka Egbuka, dude. I can't help it.
Yeah, no, I like that. They definitely need wide receiver help. And
Tank Dell's out for the year, or for like half the year too, because he had that
Mhm.
brutal injury last year. It was just horrific to watch.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I'm gonna go here. Keep it simple. Super athletic guy. That I really, really like. Give me Jalen Walker.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I think he'd be a great fit on the defense. He's up a little bit. There he is. Yep. Could move him around. Could work really well with rookie phenom Jared Verse. I think it would be a fun addition to their defense.
for sure. And it's funny, the two top linebacker prospects. No offense to Demetrius Knight, he's the best pure linebacker prospect in my opinion.
Mhm.
But Jalen Walker and Jihad Campbell, everybody says that Jihad Campbell is the better linebacker and Jalen Walker is should be an edge player. I am the opposite on him, actually. I think Jed Campbell's a better edge player, and I think Jalen Walker profiles better in the linebacker slot. He plays with instinct. He needs to work on his coverage, but I think
Mm.
genuinely, I think he could be a solid linebacker in the
There's
NFL.
there's a bit of Roquan Smith in him to make the Georgia comp.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of Roquan Smith in him, and I
hmm
like that about him.
for
And
sure.
I agree. I think Demetrius Knight is arguably the best, at least weak side linebacker is where he'll probably play,
Yeah,
and I think he's the best prospect at that spot. But yeah, that's not really drafted too high.
yeah.
So, uh, yeah, that's gonna be my pick.
All right, so for the Baltimore Ravens here, I have left end as a pretty big need for them, and then right and left guard. So they need a
Mhm.
guard bad. There's a guy on the board there that's a damn good guard.
Yeah.
But man, oh, their edge. Yeah, you know what? With for the value of what you're getting with a guy like James Pierce Jr., I don't think you can pass that up.
Yeah, no, super, super talented. The character concerns are concerning.
For
That's
sure.
why they're called that. But yeah, it's too hard to pass that up.
Mm-hmm.
I like that pick a lot. Makes my job a little bit easier here, I would say. I don't know. I never really know what the Lions are gonna do, but they typically do a good job. Uh,
I
so
think
you
they're
know
one
what?
of the few teams that go into this draft and they're like, we have our set of guys that we like and we're going to draft them no matter what.
Hmm.
And there ain't nothing anybody else can do about it. Or, hey, we're going to go and get a damn good player. So I love their draft
Yeah.
strategy. Because every year it's like, how did they get that player? Or why would they do that? And then it turns out to be a genius pick.
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree 100%. And I think I'm gonna do something kind of in that vein, I guess. I'm gonna go with what in their mind is gonna be the best guard prospect available, and it's not gonna be Kelvin Banks. It's gonna be Gray Zabel,
Love Gray Zabel, dude.
and just North Dakota State guy. For me, it just screams.
Cody
It
Mock.
just screams Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love Gray Zabel. I think that's a good fit for him.
Yeah, Zabel is 20th on my big board. I think that if he falls here, then you are getting in some pretty insane value. So love that pick for them. Commanders here on the clock. I got your
Yeah.
team. Man, let's see. Let me see
And
what my needs for them are
my
because
team's drafting a lot later than your team.
it
It's
is.
crazy.
It is. Hey man, no what's it called? No disagreements there. So
Yeah.
y'all really need a guard. You really need a right tackle.
Yeah. Wide receiver no longer a need.
Yeah.
Running back still in play.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody up here that I like. So
Fair enough.
I like Cam
Although
Scadaboo. I don't think
I
I
think
like
if they
him as
trade
your
down, if they trade down, Scadaboo's a good pick, but I wouldn't
somebody
take him
could
in the
come
first
up
round.
for Kelvin Banks. I would be all over my Patriots trading up here, but we already got a guard tackle prospect in the first
Why not
round.
get another one? More the merrier.
Our right guard is Mike Onwenu, so he's gonna be fine there.
What about the Patriots trading up for a running back?
No, no. um, I think I like. If somebody's gonna trade up, let's see. Jacksonville. Who would the Jacksonville Jaguars want? Wide receiver, tight end, the interior safety. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. All right, and they are gonna draft Colston Loveland here. Got rid of
Nice.
Evan Ingram. That's a
Yeah.
perfect spot to fill in.
All right, here we have the Cardinals who just recently traded down. They need some interior help on their offensive line, and they are so happy with the trade that they made. because they get a guy that they could have taken at their old spot. Give me Kelvin Banks Jr. here.
Love it.
Awesome move by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Proud of myself for that. A little pat on the back.
All right. Now, the point where you traded down, you have good old Minnesota.
Yeah, you take that. You enjoy Minnesota.
Basically, they need defense and running back. Let me double check my thing, see if there's anything that they missed. D interior, yeah. Cornerbacks are decent, but not great. Left guard could also use an upgrade, but that's the only position on their O-line that needs an upgrade, so... You know what? I think... They really don't need edge. I don't like Derek Harmon here. I think it's too early for him, personally. I don't like Darius Alexander at all. I don't really see the big hype on him. I like TJ. I don't like Tyleek.
Princely's up there. Don't you like him?
I've fallen a little bit on him. And they don't really need edge.
Yeah.
They need D interior if they're going to draft D interior. Let me see who my highest ranked D interior is right now. TJ Sanders. I like him, but I think... You know what? I'm going to go with a fun pick here. I'm going to go Savon Ravel. I think I love him as a prospect. He's big, long, quick. He's really explosive. And you just love seeing the small college guys go in the first round.
Yeah, no, it's always a fun time. So I like that pick a lot. Here with the Eagles always getting lucky, getting good picks. But
he's right there. He's right there, man.
There's nothing that really jumps out to me here.
Nah, not at
really
all.
Fits within their strategy of, drafting talented defensive players from big schools. Yeah, give me Michael Williams. they have so many edge players, but I don't think they care. And didn't they lose Sweat? Where did Sweat wind up?
Cardinals. They lost Sweat. They lost Milton Williams. So their their defense is got poached pretty well, actually. Their cornerback room is a little bit weaker now without Darius Slay. So a lot of opportunities.
I think it's a steal for them.
All right, second round. Here we go. Starting off strong with the Cleveland Browns. Okay, so this is why I love doing 2-rounders, because this is where it gets important, because you want to see what they draft in the first round. I see a lot of Matthew Golden's game in Jerry Jeudy, so I don't know if I want guys that are that similar. I want guys that are different.
Yeah.
So even though I am super, super low on him, I think I'll go Alec Iomanner, true X receiver. Pair him up with the speediness of Jerry Jeudy. I think that's a great pick for them.
Yeah, that's excellent. And who did we have the Bengals take first round? Did we have them?
They traded down,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they traded out here. They could use some help on defense.
I got 2 picks that I love for them. And you would love both of them for one specific reason.
Yeah, give me TJ Sanders here.
Yep. Love that pick for them.
I absolutely love him on the inside. I think he's arguably the best interior pass rusher in the class. Run stop could be a little bit better, but who gives a crap? That doesn't sell tickets. Sacks does. So, give me TJ Sanders.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second. Somebody just knocked at the door.
Yeah, no problem. I'll run to the bathroom really quick. When you go back and edit this out, David, just know that you're a cutie. Anyway. Oh.
Just some dude canvassing.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. What are you laughing about?
You'll see.
Okay. All right. Titans here. Not tight ends. Titans here on the clock at pick 35. Whew, lots of fun ways they could go about this, but
I think here you trade Cam Ward and get your quarterback one, Will Levis, some weapons.
I'm still not all the way out on Will Levis, even though he had that Looney Tunes ass year last year. But
yeah, it was a good year.
It was a great year for memes, dude. Oh, it was beautiful. But I think we get him as wide receiver 1, Matthew Golden. Yeah. I think the fall stops there.
I think that's an excellent pick. Yeah, they need wide receiver help. They've missed on every single wide receiver they've drafted or traded for. That's where talented wide receivers go to die. That's where they go to die. Their career ends there.
Don't remind me. It seems like every time we're in the running for a receiver, nope, I'm going to go sign with the Titans and kill my career.
Yeah. Here, I talked about it a little bit earlier. If they traded down, I saw it, and I loved it, and I'm going to do it. Give me Cam Skattebo.
You got it.
The Commanders. I think he's an amazing running back. Super talented, catching the ball, super strong runner, workhorse mentality, workhorse touches. He'll get like 30, 40 touches a game, and he's perfectly fine.
Deshaun Watson?
Not that type of touch. Absolutely love his game. He stole everyone's heart during the playoffs. Absolutely love him, and it's gonna be awesome having him on the Commanders. Already has the color scheme too.
And you just love having a psychopath like that, where it's like, "Fuck you! Yeah. I'm gonna run through you. Don't get in my way."
Yeah, he doesn't juke. He runs you into the ground.
Yep, and he's got really good vision for a power back too, which is pretty shocking.
And that's also like catching the ball.
Yeah.
Rare you see that with a power back. He's amazing at it.
He might be with TreVeyon Henderson. He might be the best in the running with TreVeyon Henderson for the best pass catching back in the draft.
Yeah. And he is definitely more of a power back than Henderson.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love that pick there for them. I think that's just love that. Yeah, Broncos here. I don't really love the prospects that they have, but I think that at the end of the day, you just go with somebody with a high floor. So I'm going to go with Tyleik Williams here. I think there's a lot of these guys on the board right now, and I think he's going to do pretty good for you there.
I get your team now.
You do get my team now.
And how do I want to break your heart this time?
I mean, I would love a
recommendation. Yeah.
I have a couple in mind. Okay. I absolutely love Josh. I wouldn't say absolutely love Josh Connerly, but I think he's one of the better pure tackle prospects in this draft. So I love him. And then I also love Jaden Higgins. I think he's a true X receiver. I don't know if you saw that tweet I sent you a while back, but essentially,
I did,
he was targeted basically. I think it was like half of his targets were on go balls. Like they were just basically only having him run go balls, and in the catchable, like thrown balls, he caught every single one. So the dude just can play ball, man. So I love him, and I love Connerly here, but I could also like Donovan Ezeraku because I like keeping, I love keeping the guys in state, and also we have another edge player who went to Boston College and Harold Landry. So,
okay, here I considered something else. I considered Dylan Sampson. I think a good speed threat running back that can find gaps early on would pair really well with the Fumble King. But I'm not going to end up going with that. I do like the suggestion, and I did see your tweet. I love this player. I'm very high on him. Give me Jaden Higgins here.
Love
Super
it.
talented wide receiver, and I think will be a high second round pick.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's going to be great in the NFL. Hopefully, he's we wanted a Higgins this year,
Hmm.
either T or him, but then the Bengals had to cuck us. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we got a Higgins, so we're good. It's like that year that you texted me. I remember when it happened. You were like, "Hey, go get Devontae." And we were like, "All right, bet we're gonna get Devontae Parker." No, I meant Devontae Adams.
Yeah. Uh, all right. Bears here for you.
I think the value is insane here. You get Donovan Ezeraku, one of the most just well-refined pass rushers in the league immediately. Dude has every move in the book. He's so smart. I love the guy. Went to Boston College, so go Eagles. Let's go.
Yeah. Here I'm gonna go. Continue the trend of helping Spencer Rattler find his footing.
Shit,
It
I
seems
hope.
like he.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta make sure that. Who do we draft round 1 for Chicago?
I don't think it was Edge.
Okay, it was tight end. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue this trend of making sure Spencer Rattler can live. I'm gonna give him an offensive lineman here, in Tyler Booker from Alabama.
Really high
True.
floor player. Love it.
Yeah, true guard prospect, can play right away, and might not have the highest ceiling, but will keep Spencer Rattler alive, which is what you need to help him develop.
Yeah, and he's
So,
incredibly smart too. He's the cap. He's going to be the captain of the O line. He's going to be able to call out protections and do all that you need him to do.
mhm.
All right, so now guess who's
Bears
back?
again.
Back
Yeah.
again. It's the Bears.
Give him another edge, or maybe tight end.
Counteroffer.
Let's
No.
check who they drafted. Let's check who they drafted before.
Chicago here. What do we need? So they could use a running back.
Yeah.
They could use the interior. Outside linebacker, they really need help, but I think we probably have that dealt with Edzaraku. And they could use another corner. But they also could use safety. I think I'm gonna go Xavier Watts here.
I like that
He's
pick.
a dog.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh boy, here I get the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah, who's laughing now about getting the Jets?
Just to piss you off. Just to piss you off. Give me Darius Alexander here.
Okay.
Best interior defensive player on the board.
Good. I hope
not
they
even
do
close.
that. I hope they do that. That would make me so happy.
Yeah, no,
This
I don't
one
know too much about him, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's valid. This one I think unfortunately is made easy for me.
Yeah.
Trent Williams is getting old. You want a guy that he can mentor a little bit for next couple of years, maybe even next year till he retires. Let's go with Josh Connerly here. Let me just double check and make sure that our first round pick, the interior. So you getting both sides of the line shored up for the future. I can't help but love doing that.
Yeah, here with the Cowboys, tempted to go running back again, but we're not going to do that here.
No, he's gonna see the other Ohio State guy and be like, oh, "It's him
I thought
again."
we got him first round. Let's get him now. I thought we got him first round. Let's get him now.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna go with. Give me Landon Jackson here.
Great pick.
Yeah, as much as I hate it, I think that's a fantastic fit for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Super athletic, giant mammoth of a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would pair really well with Micah Parsons.
For sure. All right, now I forget. Is Scorton a big potential guy? So he's got good size, but
It's say he's higher on potential than some of the guys up there right now, but
Yeah.
I could see Sawyer going above him.
Okay. I think guard, edge, linebacker, safety. All right. I think, yeah, I'm just going to. Yeah, I'll go Nick Scorton here. No reason to
Alright.
beat around the bush too much.
And we picked edge for Atlanta first, correct? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, Mike
Yes.
Green.
Here I'm going to go with the best weak side linebacker. Give me Demetrius Knight. Just keep on helping that defense in Atlanta.
Love that. Cardinals here on the clock at 47. We have a lot available. What do we got? Kelvin Banks for the first one. They got 2 second-round picks, so that's pretty huge for them.
Yeah.
So they got their guard taken care of.
They really need help a lot of places on defense, though.
Yeah, let me double check my.
Pretty much everything but Buda Baker.
Yeah, left end, right end. Both are D's on my grade. Your cornerback room is fucking awful, dude. My God. Your linebackers are pretty good, so no worries there. But man, you need an edge. All right, I'm going to go with a guy that I am a lot higher on than I think consensus right now, and that is JT Tuimoloau.
Okay.
Well, I remember watching him in the championship game and all the way through the playoffs. Dude was just everywhere. Like, he just knows how to get to the spot he needs to be and make plays. He's so good. I love him.
Yeah. No, I love that pick. I think that's really. I was thinking one of the Ohio State guys would go there. Here with Miami, I'm pretty sure we took corner. I'm trying to remember all the picks
Yep,
we made.
we took a Will Johnson.
Yeah. Yep, Will Johnson. So here I'm going to stop the fall for Derek Harmon.
Good
Get your
call.
interior guy there.
Yeah.
Help fix that up a bit.
Really good run defender, so he's going to be really good for you there. Bengals now on the clock. Guard, D-line, linebacker. Didn't I just pick for them? Maybe not.
Not too long ago.
TJ Sanders. That was you.
Yeah, I made that pick, yeah.
Okay, so Bengals here, and we picked TJ Sanders. So guard, edge, linebacker. When I don't see a guy on there that I really like, I'm gonna go to mine. Yeah, holy shit, they need O-line in general. Oof. Left end, D interior. D interior is taken care of. The left end needs some help, and then safety could use some help.
Maybe Ariante Ursary?
I like Ursary. I don't think I like him this high.
Okay.
I do like him because he was a 3-year starter at left tackle. No doubt about it. He is like left tackle 1. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to really need to get some talent on that defense because Lord knows you're not going to have enough money to pay anybody. So I like Braden Swinson here. I think.
Really?
Yeah, another LSU guy, really good pass rusher. 43 hurries is great. You love to see that. Yeah, and I think he's decent size. 6'4", yeah. So, and he didn't become a full starter until his last season there, and when he did, he absolutely shit on everybody. And he's playing in the SEC, so like, it's just a good player.
Yeah, here now with the Seahawks, who just drafted Malachi Starks, I believe. Now I'm going to go with Jack Sawyer. I've been waiting for him to go off the board. I think super talented edge rusher, good power guy.
Really clutch.
Yeah, I like him a lot for the Seahawks.
Love that pick there. 51 Denver Broncos. Remind me who we picked. Tyleik Williams. You know, I'm just going to go with a guy that I actually really like. I'm going to go with Jack Beck. Guy who showed out at the Senior Bowl. I think Sean Payton's gonna love him, love his work mentality, work hard. Yeah.
All right. Now back with the Seahawks.
Malachi Starks and Jack Sawyer. Whew. Defense is
Yeah,
gonna be elite.
damn good defensive class so far. Still need a lot of offensive line help. That's the big problem right now, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Ariante Ursary. Their tackles aren't too bad, but they've got a couple guys that they can move inside, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, I think Cross can probably move to guard. So,
Yeah.
Ariante Ursary there, second round. All right, on the clock here, we picked an edge, or no, we picked Jihad Campbell. Love that. Um, I'm sure the Bills coach, whose name I'm spacing out on now, is fuming that he didn't get Jihad there.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Um,
Crazy.
oof. I could see. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I was like, oh, shit. I could see them really liking a pass rusher like Iman Mielen, but at this point in time, I just think that their secondary needs more help, and I'm just in between these two guys really. Darian Porter could also be a dark horse pick here.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? No, I'm gonna go Azariah Thomas out of Florida
I
State.
like that pick.
Really good press man corner.
Yeah, here now with the Packers. Oh, I'm trying. Shamar Stewart, I believe we took.
Yes, Shamar Stewart.
Yes. Uh, here now, I'm not too. I'm not too sure who I want to go with here. I think it's time to take him. I'm gonna go with Trey Amos. I'm not crazy high on him, but the numbers look decent enough. He's athletic, and I think could fit in decent. So I'll go
Yeah,
with him for the
he's one of
Packers.
those guys where he doesn't have like a crazy potential and he doesn't do anything particularly like amazingly well, but he does everything good. You can't
Just
really
rock solid.
you can't poke holes in his game. He's a high floor player and he's going to be started from day one, so I got nothing against him there.
Yeah.
All right, so Chargers here. They got Kenneth Grant, shore up their D line. Wide receiver and tight end. You got two guys from Miami here that you could go for.
Tight end 1 is still on the board.
Tight end 1.
Harold Fannin Jr.
Yeah, I don't hate that, honestly. I know you love him. Like you're over the
I
moon about
love
the
Harold
guy.
Fannin.
Um, okay, so wide receiver, tight end. Let me just double check and make sure there's nothing else that they have. Why am I missing it? There it is. All right. Yeah, tight end. Wow, right end, cornerback. Wow, they really need cornerback help. I can see the right end need right now because they lost what's his name? Bosa. Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost Bosa, but man, that cornerback room is ugly from what I'm looking at. It's real bad. You got two high potential guys here you could go with. I think I like Darian Porter. I don't know if you've seen him. Maxwell Hairston. He's got a case. University of Kentucky, 2021. It's an open case. It's not great. So
Yeah, here with the Buffalo Bills, who did we have them pick?
Jahdae Barron.
Jahdae Barron.
Great pick, I think, for their secondary, man. Could
Yeah,
shore up the other.
I'm gonna keep on going defense here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Kennard.
Kyle Kennard, love to see that.
Very high floor player. Not the most potential. His athletic traits don't jump out at you.
Mm-hmm.
But amazing hands, super deep set of pass rush moves.
Yeah.
One best defensive player in college football this year. I can't remember the name of the trophy off the top of my head.
Yep.
Nagurski, I think it is the Bronco Nagurski Award.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, absolutely love him. So yeah, that's my pick.
Alrighty. Um, Now I think the Panthers really, really need to shore up their defense. That was like, towards the end of the year, Bryce Young was starting to play well, but man, their defense was Swiss cheese, man. You could
Hmm.
put anything through that. It was a wet paper bag. So I think I like Amon Mielen. Um,
Yeah,
get a really good pass rusher there.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Uh, Here now with the Texans, we had them take Emeka Egbuka. Um, I think. Mm, there's a lot of different ways you can go here. I think I'm gonna go offensive line. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I'll just
Perfect.
one of my favorite players in the draft. I love Ozzy.
He's fallen down the boards a little bit. I still really like him and his potential, especially if you move him inside. Give me Wyatt Milam.
Love that. I love Wyatt Milam too. And
Yeah.
yeah, he can play a really good guard slot for you. Man, I think they would have loved to get him there.
Hmm.
What do we get first? We got, oh man, that's good for them. Real traitsy guy. So you got your edge locked up. You need DB and guard.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right, let's do that, and also add interior O line. Hairston's so. Ooh, Benjamin Morrison. He's fallen way too far in my opinion. I I think he should be. If he was healthy, he would be a first round pick. Like that's just
Yeah.
the bottom line.
Yeah. No, I'm absolutely love that pick. Um. Hmm. Gray Zabel going first round to them. Oh man.
Yep, first rounder, Gray Zabel.
This one.
I could totally see them loving Xavier Restrepo. Um,
I could. I
Jared
wasn't.
Ivey, I could see.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Josiah Stewart is just like a real gritty kind of player. Love to see him.
Mm.
Trey Harris is severely underrated. I think a lot of the credit that Jackson Dart gets is on plays that Trey Harris bailed him out. So,
You know what? Let me see here really quick. Yeah, he's on the younger side. It's a little bit unorthodox. We haven't had one go in a while. I like this a lot. Give me Jalen Milroe out of Alabama, the quarterback.
okay.
He's 22, can sit for a couple years under Jared Goff. Jared Goff's starting to get a little bit older, starting to get a little bit expensive, and having a super athletic, high potential backup is never a bad thing.
For sure. Um, Screw Hendon Hooker. So, kick him to the curb.
Yeah, don't
Um,
like him. Tennessee, don't like him.
Mickey Mouse offense himself. Now you're okay. You guys traded down before, so I'm not gonna do that again here. I was thinking about it though. You guys really need a guard, and I think because that's all you have right now, right? Is the running back? Yeah. So I'm gonna get you guys who I think is one of the better guard prospects. I'm gonna get Donovan Jackson here.
I like that a lot.
Slide it over the tackle when Josh Simmons got
Hmm.
hurt and filled in quite well. So I think you've got
Yeah.
nice versatility there.
So I've got one more trade in mind, but this pick, it's a trade up. So I don't care who it is that, you know, does it. I think I don't think you'll take the player, so I'm gonna wait till 64 to do it since this was also a trade pick. I'm gonna leave this one here, and I'm going to draft cornerback. Can you scroll down or just filter by corner? I
Gotcha.
don't think I'm gonna take Harrison. I want to see who's available though, off the top of my head.
Kobe Bryant and Mello Dotson are guys that I actually really like. There.
Yeah, I do really, really like them.
Dorian Strong's fun. Love to have a local guy.
I'm gonna go with Kobe Bryant here.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I'm going to trade down here. What did we do first round for them? Josh Simmons, tackle. Love it. I'm going to go with something that I swear I'm not trying to ruin your plans or anything here. So
God.
I have a suspicion of what your plans are, but I just think that it would open up their offense a lot if I do this. I'm going to take Dylan Sampson here to the Chiefs.
Son of a bitch. You would have liked mine too. God.
Patriots.
Yeah, but I'm still going to do that. Patriots are still going to trade up to this spot
Hey,
and take running back.
I would like to petition for Travion Henderson, but
Nope, you're not getting Travion Henderson. You're getting someone else.
Caleb Johnson.
Nope. Go ahead and make the trade and then filter by running back.
Hey, no spite picks, okay?
This is not a spite pick. I think you'll like it. Someone I can see shooting up draft boards. That's exactly who it is. Yeah. Go ahead and make the trade.
I do not like him as a second round pick, man.
You don't?
I don't like him as second round pick. I just don't think he's a second round prospect.
I think his combine disagrees.
His combine's great and all, but
Yeah, second round. You never heard it get called the combine round?
all right.
I'm standing by it.
I know. I'm just seeing what else we've done. Okay. Oh, we could get Trapio here instead. Trey Harris, Jared Wilson. All right.
Yeah, no, give me Bashul Tuden.
All right, I'll stop stalling. I don't hate that as much as I'm letting on. You get Lightning and Thunder there with Power Back, and then Speedy Boy there. But yeah, that is our 2-round mock
you took my speed back one at that spot. So
yeah.
Instead of Henderson, you're getting Bashul Tuden.
Hey, just like the Chiefs to ruin everything, man.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, it sounds about right. I think this is a really good draft. I think there's some fun picks, there's some out there picks, but there's also some really realistic moves.
Yeah, agreed. Man, a lot of fun players here making it into first round. Like I did not see Quinshon Judkins making it here.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to fit in Jackson Dart. I wanted to see if I could because I've heard rumors, and so I'm glad you made that trade up for Shadur Sanders.
Yeah. No, this is a fun one. I liked this a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Anyways, that's our 2-round mock draft here with trades. Maybe the next one we'll do is maybe we'll run the wheel, see how that works out for us. Been a while since we've run the wheel.
Sounds good.
But yeah, man, that is it. Any other closing thoughts here for it?
No, I think this is a damn good draft. It was fun going 2 rounds. Don't take that out of context. Looking forward to having fun with the wheel.
Definitely. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get this uploaded for you as soon as possible here. Coming out soon. Hopefully next week we get another mock draft out for you. Anyways, thanks guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.